Sonic Generations video. Woo! So Sonic Generations, is it good? Is it worth your time? Should you play it? Yes, in every scenario, in my opinion. If you're a Sonic fan and you haven't played it like me, play it. It's a lot of fun. If you're not a Sonic fan and you want a first Sonic game to play, honestly, Generations is also amazing for that. I found that it's very light on the story. That's my only and biggest complaint with the game, is that it's very light. There's basically no story, but I'll get to that in a bit. So it's very easy to jump into, just kind of like the original Sonic games. It's mostly gameplay, like it's not a super big story, but it's a little bit there. It's a little bit there. It's kind of interesting, but story isn't the focus. The focus is gameplay. So basically I'm sorry about my hair. I just woke up. It's like 9:40 in the morning, but I really wanted to make this video, so we're doing it. So Sonic Generations is broken up basically into two play styles. It's Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic. That's the whole selling point of the game when it came. It was the whole selling point of the game when it came out. So Modern Sonic is the more traditional 3D boost formula, and 2D Sonic is just 2D Sonic. It's 2D platforming, but both have this immense power of speed. Like, you are just so fast, no matter which one you're playing. 2D Sonic, you don't get as many opportunities to just bomb through the stage because it's a lot more platforming, but there's this little thing that everyone kind of doesn't really like, most people don't really like, called the spin dash. And I'm sure you've heard of the spin dash because it's been in the series literally since, I believe, Sonic 2, the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I don't think it was in the original. But it is in Sonic Generations for Classic Sonic. You can do the spin dash, and holy schmoly, you can go fast with the spin dash. Like, to compare, you can't compare. There is no comparison. Maybe the speed shoes, you might be able to hit the amount of speed that you can hit with the spin dash, but like anything else, you just can't even remotely hit that amount of speed. And how do you obtain it? Surely the spin dash, you can't just do it at any time, because you can go from 0 to Mach in like 2 seconds. No, you just hold the spin dash button for like a second, and then you go from 0 to 100, and you're flying through the stage. It's a lot of fun. I love it. That might be a controversial take, because I know a lot of people do not like the spin dash for Classic Sonic in this game, because the speed feels unearned, and I can understand that. But as somebody who has always just loved bombing through Sonic stages as fast as possible, I've never been a collectibles guy. I've never really collected things in Sonic games. Like, even in Sonic Generations, there are a lot of bonus modes, a lot of extras, a lot of challenges. I didn't do them all. I did the story, and I did, I think, one of each challenge mode. They're a lot of fun. They are a lot of fun. But I kind of just wanted to beat the game. I'll probably go back and like beat all the challenges, except for those Vector Music Note ones. Those ones are actually the worst. Quick side note, I'm also really sorry if I get sidetracked a lot. Like, I'm talking about one thing and then I go to another thing. I do that a lot when I'm talking about things I like, so I hope that's okay. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just, you can go from 0 to 100 so quick in this game and just bomb through every single stage as Classic Sonic. And I love that. I like it a lot. I think the spin dash is a lot of fun. I can understand why it would be easy and just stupid, because you can charge up the spin dash for literally a second and then just fly through the stage until you either hit a wall or something that'll damage you or die. But that's pretty much it for Classic Sonic. It's 2D platforming, go fast, spin dash. But it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the Classic Sonic stages. I didn't like them as much as the modern stages, though, and let me tell you about the modern stages. The modern stages for Sonic Generations are amazing. I don't know any complaints with any other modern Sonic stages in any other modern Sonic game. Did not feel present here. I had fun with every single stage in this game. Same for 2D Sonic, like I liked all those levels, but the modern levels I was looking forward to every single time, only because I personally have always preferred modern Sonic, the 3D Not so much boost formula. I haven't played. This is gonna be kind of controversial. I have not yet played Adventure 1 or 2. I do intend to play Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, but right now I was focused on beating Sonic Generations and now Shadow Generations, and then I also just bought Sonic Unleashed on my roommate's Xbox Series X, and Windmill Isle Act 2, the day stage that's not the tutorial, is actually like my favorite Sonic stage of all time and one of my favorite video game stages of all time, period. The music, the scenes, the speed, I love that level so much. And just to compare, the Sonic Generation stages really made me feel like a kid again, playing through Windmill Isle in Sonic Unleashed. And I actually played it last night, and I had the lights off, and it was loud as I cranked the volume, and it was just amazing. And it made me realize that playing back through that level in Sonic Unleashed again, that Sonic Generations had actually captured, maybe not so much that level of speed, because Sonic Unleashed really is amazing, and I'm very happy to be playing through it again, because I never beat it, and I haven't played it since I think I was like 7 or 8. So to be going back through, that's a lot of fun. But Sonic Generations is just, it really, I feel like, captures the best of modern Sonic. And yeah, as for the levels, for both 2D and 3D Sonic, I didn't have a problem with any of the levels. I think the only level I didn't really like, I didn't mind it, was Planet Wisp with like the Sonic Colors level. I wasn't the biggest fan of that level. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate any levels in Sonic Generations. It was just Planet Wisp felt kind of, I might have just done bad, but it felt kind of slow. And which is funny, because Sonic Colors was actually one of the Sonic games I grew up with, and I love Sonic Colors. Again, the story is not really, I mean, there is a story to Sonic Colors. I'm not a big fan of it, but the gameplay of Sonic Colors is amazing. So it's funny that I didn't really enjoy that stage very much, but aside from that, every other level was a lot of fun. If I had to pick a personal favorite, it would be Crisis City. I had like no real competition. I had so much fun playing that level as both modern and classic Sonic, which is hilarious because it's the Sonic 06 level. If you know anything about Sonic games, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, or Sonic 06 as it's more formally known, was one of gaming's most tragic tragedies of all time. It was put out way too early. It was so ambitious. It had so many good ideas. The story was so expansive. There were 3 different campaigns. It was so ambitious, but they were not given enough time to do it. And it turned out to be a buggy, unfinished mess. And it is one of the most infamous flops in gaming history. But yeah, back to Crisis City. I'm sorry again. But Crisis City was just so much fun to play through. Every level was fun to play through. Like Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Rooftop Run I liked a lot. That's just a couple, but like every level was fun. The whole game was fun. It was established years ago. When did Sonic Generations come out? Yeah, 2011 when Sonic Generations came out. I thought it was like 2013 was when that game came out. No, 2011. So, what is it, 2024? 13 years ago that game came out. And for 13 years, everyone has known that Sonic Generations is good. Anyone that's played the game or, excuse me, has even been in the community knows Sonic Generations is good. I've known Sonic Generations is good for the last 10 years, and I only just played it. But that's the impact that game had at the time after kind of a slew of bad games. I like a lot of the Dark Age Sonic games. Like, I grew up with Jason Griffith's Sonic.
What's it to you?
Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed. Like, those games are my view of Sonic. Roger Craig Smith, these are the voice actors. Roger Craig Smith,
Hey guys,
he's good.
what's going on?
I kind of grew up with him a little bit. Like, Sonic Colors was, I think, the second or third Sonic game I played. No, I think I played Unleashed and then Secret Rings, Black Knight, and then Colors. So Jason Griffith will always be my Sonic. But Roger Craig Smith tries his best. I think he did a pretty okay job. He's not really Sonic to me. Jason Griffith, I feel like, especially by like Black Knight and Unleashed time, that's what Sonic the Hedgehog is. And if you like Ryan Drummond, that's amazing too. But I just feel like Jason Griffith nailed the character. It's going to be up to opinion. Like, Roger Craig Smith has been Sonic for so long. I think he's been Sonic for like 14 years now. Don't fact check me on that. Since Colors, which I think Colors came out in, well, if Generations was 2011, Colors was probably like 2010 or I'm going to say 2010. I'm going to check that real quick. Yeah, 2010. So he's been the voice of Sonic for like 14 years now. And I just feel like Jason Griffith was better. I feel like he better encapsulated the character. I love the way that I just love the way that he conveyed the character. And that could also be chalked up to writing. It's definitely chalked up to writing. It's not on Roger Craig Smith. I've heard that Sonic Frontiers, his performance is amazing, that it's more of a grounded, serious Sonic, and I've seen that, and it looks really good. It looks better than any other performance he's given as Sonic. And I don't think that's on him. Like, he's very passionate about the role. I know that he's really good in Sonic Boom. Like, I've seen some clips from that show, and it looks really funny. Like, he really shines there. But in terms of the games, Secret Rings, Black Knight, Unleashed, it characterizes Sonic perfectly, especially in Black Knight and Unleashed. Unleashed is... I haven't even beat the game. Like I said, I'm replaying it. And Unleashed is just it's my favorite Sonic. It has to be, just because the personification of Sonic is so perfect. That opening cutscene. This isn't an Unleashed. Okay, wait, no, this isn't an Unleashed video. Let's get back to Generations.
Pretty cool, huh?
So I think one more thing I'll just talk about really quick is boss battles, just for fun, because they're kind of hit and miss. Some are better than others. There's two kinds of bosses in this game, we'll say. You have the actual boss battles for the story mode, and then you have the rival battles. So the rival battles are basically just kind of like optional boss battles that you have to do no matter what, because I'm pretty sure every rival battle gives you a Chaos Emerald, and by the end of the game, I'm pretty sure you need to have all of them, and every rival battle gives you a Chaos Emerald. The rival battles are Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. I believe there's only the three of them, but every single one of the rival battles is fun. Metal Sonic was pretty fun. Shadow was probably my favorite. It's pretty easy, but it took me like 7 or 8 minutes to beat that fight because I actually could not figure out how to beat him. But once I did, it was fun. It was a really cool callback to Sonic Adventure, even if I haven't played those games. But every aspect of this game is just a callback. Every aspect of this game is honoring the series, and even in the final credits. Like, I sat through the final credits because the final credits are actually awesome. It goes through every level, and it just, like, it's Green Hill, Chemical Plant. It goes in order of, like, the years that the levels were released. Well, in order of the levels you play. And it just shows the original game. It shows gameplay from the original game, that the first time that level debuted, and it's just beautiful. Sonic Generations, they really put their heart into it. Like, even if the story isn't that, like, I could explain the story to, like, there's a big monster. It's called the Time Eater, and it goes to classic Sonic's world, and it takes his Eggman, and then it goes to modern Sonic's world, but it's his birthday, and it takes Eggman, and it takes all of Sonic's friends. It steals them up. It gobbles them up, and then Sonic's like, "Hey, that's not cool," and then classic Sonic's like. So modern Sonic and classic Sonic team up, and they go and they run really fast, and it restores the space-time continuum because they run really fast, and in the process they rematerialize their friends that were, like, pretty much dead if Sonic didn't show up. So he rematerializes the world and his friends because he can run so fast, and then he gets to the final monster, the big monster, but Eggman's controlling it, and so is other Eggman, classic and Classic and modern Eggman have teamed up, just like the Sonics, and it's a big fight, and they're supersonic. The final boss is actually really easy. Like, if you lose, that's kind of a skill issue. Like, it took me a bit to figure out how to beat it, just like Shadow, but I beat it pretty easy. If you lose, you kind of suck. No, I'm just kidding. Like, every boss in Sonic Generations you're gonna figure out. That's why I like them so much. It's kind of a learning curve. You got to figure it out. But that's it for the story. Like, it's just point A, point B. What's really focused on is the gameplay. The gameplay of Sonic Generations, it's very, very, very apparent that that's where they put all their time. And honestly, I love it. I love the passion put into it. I love how much work was put into it. I love how fun it is. And for that, I'm able to excuse the kind of lackluster story, because Sonic Generations is a fun game. It's a very fun game. And if you haven't played it, play it. If you're considering it, play it. Sonic X Shadow Generations. I haven't even beaten Shadow Generations yet, and I already know it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not even the price of a full price game. You get a remaster of Sonic, not a port. They put time into this, an actual, remaster of Sonic Generations, and then you basically get a completely different game. Shadow Generations has so much to. I probably won't beat it for another week or 2 weeks, and I'll make a second part once I finish Shadow Generations. But it's just worth your money. If you're considering buying Sonic X Shadow Generations, do it. And I'm telling you that as somebody who hasn't even beaten the other half of the content that's here. I beat what's been out since 2011, and I'm already saying you should buy it. It's worth it. It's great. It's a great time. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Sonic Generations. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry it took so long to come out. I really, really intended on getting this video out sooner, but I wanted to get the better equipment in, like the webcam and my microphone, and I really hope it looks and sounds a lot better than the channel introduction. The channel introduction was rough. It was good. It was the same, just me talking, but the looks and sounds were very unfortunate, so hopefully this looks and sounds a lot better. As for what's to come next, I'm not really sure right now. I can't promise it'll be Shadow Generations, just because I've only played like the first 2 levels, so that's still a lot I have to do, and I don't want to be a Sonic YouTuber. I love Sonic. I love Sonic to death. It's one of my favorite game series of all time, but I just want to talk about all video games that I like, and there are a lot of video games that I like. So yeah, whenever the next video comes out, hopefully in the next few days, I'll brainstorm, rack my brain, see what's going on, see what I want to talk about. And just thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still here at the end and you're seeing me talking to you right now, thank you. Thank you for being here, and you're really helping me fulfill my dream. And this was a lot of fun, just yapping about a game that I like, and I think that's going to just be a lot of what this is. And sorry, I'm having trouble kind of. But yeah, I really hope this video kind of gave you an idea of who I am and what I want to do here, because this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to just play a game and then sit down and talk about it to an audience. So if you enjoyed this video, maybe consider subscribing and sticking around. If not, that's totally okay, but thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon.